Hi guys, I'm in the beautiful southwest of Western Australia, and I was in Peru 3 years ago, and I've also done a lot of sweat lodges in my time, and I found there was a lot of work doing a traditional style sweat lodge with the wooden curved frame and all the blankets and canvases and big fire. So I went to this sweat lodge in Peru, and it was a mud building with a firebox that was fed from the outside, and I really liked that idea. So you can see here, this is my firebox. It's an old gas cylinder that I've modified. It has a chimney coming out there. It's covered up at the moment. So most of that cylinder is inside this circular building that I'm building, and that's what's going to give me my warmth. And then I'll be putting water onto that cylinder to create a steam room, a sweat lodge, a sauna. So it took me ages to figure out how to make a round form. As you can see, I've used corrugated tin, and I've created this circular form by screwing poly pipe to the corrugated tin. That's my wood fire that will be shown at a later time. So it took me ages to figure all this out, to set up this formwork, because what we want to do when we're doing stone work is we want to have a backing so we can backfill with cement, mud as we go. And then I've made all these cute little windows out of some beautiful jarrah timber that I've had for a long time. And then this is the arch that I've created here, and that's for the doorway. And I saw this idea in a magazine article a long time ago and thought, what a great way to create an arch. So I've got this old truck tire and mounted it up and set it up just in the right spot, and now I'm almost about to lay my 5 keystones onto the top of there. So I've done a lot of stonework in the past, and it's all coming back to me. I haven't actually laid a rock for a couple of decades, but so I've started with the biggest boulders at the bottom that I could find, because where I live here there's a lot of rock right here. So I've laid these big rocks down the bottom, and then so my wall's not, so I could fit them in, I've gone wide, and then so my wall's not so thick, I've created this ledge and stepped in my wall. And then this is a lead light window that's a beautiful piece that was gifted to me a long time ago, and I'm finally getting to use that. And yes, you got to be patient with this kind of work. What I like to do is work in layers. So you can see how that this is already backfilled here, this stonework, and now I'm just fitting my next stones, free fitting them. And my kind of theory is that every stone pretty much has to sit by itself. And so I've just collected a whole lot of new stones here yesterday, because I felt like I was running out of good stones. And you got to be set up to do this. It took me ages to get set up. I've got a 1,000 litre pod, water pod on a trailer with a hose that gravity feeds, cement mixer, massive big pile of yellow sand, which if you make a mix of around 1 cement to 8 sand, then it gives you that nice sandstone colour in the finish. So I'll be doing stonework. I've got my line drawn around the top here, which slowly falls to this side on the west. It falls by 100 mil, so I'm going to be using a pole construction roof, and that roof's going to have an overhang. It's going to have eaves all the way around, because I don't want this lodge sitting out in the rain. I don't want dampness in there. So yeah, we'll be getting in there when this is all done. I'll make another film, but we'll be getting in there on a nice cold winter's night and sweating it up, and then coming out and having a splash of rainwater And yeah, this is a beautiful place where I live down here, out in the wilderness.